G'day everyone, Master Rabbit back for another Game & Watch gameplay and unboxing video. So today what we've got is Octopus, which is sitting right in the middle right here. Now Octopus is the second Game & Watch in the Widescreen series, okay? So as you know, we just finished doing a gameplay for Parachute, and if you haven't seen that, make sure you check out the other videos that I've got in my Game & Watch playlist on YouTube, and you can check that out. So basically what we're going to be doing today is going through everything related to Octopus. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like on the front. This is the front screen, of course, the front of the box, I guess. Now this is the widescreen series. Now this is the third Game & Watch series. Of course, first ones were the ball ones, which I've already done, and then we had the gold series, and now we've got the widescreen series. Okay, so with the widescreen series, these Game & Watches were released, while I'm flipping it around, they were released. Octopus was released in 1981, as you can see right there. Okay, 1981. The serial number, of course, if you want to call it OC-22, and as I mentioned just last time, they go up in numbers one by one. They do skip a bit of numbers in between the series, but then they continue on with their numbering, which is 22. Okay, so this one here is OC-22 6000. I'm not sure what the 6000 meant, but Nintendo 1981. Now, while I'm showing you this on the screen, Octopus, I'm going to tell you now, Octopus was my first Game & Watch that I ever got. I had the actual choice of getting Octopus or Donkey Kong, and I ended up getting Octopus. I don't know why, but I'm actually pretty happy with me getting this one, because this was a really fun game, and you'll see that when I show you when we go into the gameplay part of this video. Okay, so as I was mentioning before, Octopus released in July 16, 1981, sold between 250,000 to 1 million units worldwide. Okay, so that is Octopus's box and everything. So what I'll do is I'll open it up and we'll start looking inside. Now, as I was mentioning, this was one of my first Game & Watches that I ever got. And this is in good condition, but this is not my original Game & Watch. My original Game & Watch was played really much, a lot, so it's not in the best condition, that one. That's why I'm showing you this one here, which is more like my backup and good condition Game & Watch. So what I'll do, okay, I'll just show you. Everything's in the plastic, of course. Good condition. We'll get to that in a second. I'll put them down on the floor and show you everything else. Now, the foam, as always, comes in little battery container there. I keep the batteries in there sometimes, but normally what I used to do is when I stopped playing, I used to take the batteries out and let them sit in there as well. Okay, foam is in good condition. All right, now just a bit of trivia as well while we're flipping through the manual. Now, Octopus was also called Mysteries of the Sea in the UK. Okay, so it wasn't called Octopus, it was called Mysteries of the Sea. And also another one in the UK also called Mysteries of the Deep. So that's a bit of information. Now this one here, as I've mentioned before, this is in Japanese, the manual. Okay, there are, as I've mentioned, there are other versions which I also explained that have come to different countries, and that would be in your different language. But this one here is in Japanese, and I'm going to be running through that showing you the manual as always in Japanese. And I think further down, some of the other widescreen ones will be in English, so it'll probably be much easier. But if you do want to check them out, just pause, have a look, have a read if you know how to read Japanese. This is not the reset screen, but this is like the hang on, actually this is the reset screen. This one here shows you all the little characters that happen, all the little movements that happen in Octopus, and also what everything actually means, like game A, game B, ACL, time, left and right. There's only two different buttons. There's only two buttons to do in this game, and you've got like some deep sea explorers up here. These guys up there. Okay, now they go down a line, collect gold, and then come back up. Okay, so it's quite a simple game, and what you've got to do is you've just basically got to avoid the octopus's tentacles, its final tentacle. That one there, right there, if he caught him right now, he'd actually catch him. Okay, so that is how this works. That's how Octopus works. Now, instructions, not too complicated, but everything in here gives you an example of what you can expect. The ACL, the alarm, the time, setting, everything like that. I'll explain this to everyone while I open up and show you how the game plays. This is the alarm section. So when you do set the alarm, make sure you have that little octopus. Now that normally changes and it happens. They say make sure that the alarm is showing when you set it, otherwise it will not play. We've already I've explained that in the past, but I'll show it again. So every Game & Watch has a cute little different little character that plays the alarm, and this time it's a little baby octopus. Okay, now also moving into the game A and game B. As always with game A, it's a little bit easier, and what happens in game A in this case is that the octopus's tentacles retract all the way to the top, okay, and then they go back down. Okay, in game B, and also the game resets and you get your reset lives back at 200 and 500. Okay, game B, what happens is, and also maximum score is 999. Now in game B, basically what happens is pretty much the same. The octopus's tentacles are quicker, but I'll quickly explain it. I'll bring it back. What happens is in game B, the tentacles don't retract all the way to the end. Sometimes they retract to the last one, which I will show you when you will see it in action, and then it'll come back down. So sometimes you got to be quick in avoiding. Okay, and this is how you put the batteries in. As always, very simple nowadays, but back in the day, people wanted to know what's going on. Here is what best angle to play the Game & Watch in. Normally, sometimes at 40 to 45 degree with a 5-degree angle, sometimes offsetting, and that is it. That is the instruction manual for Octopus. Now, I know I like speaking a lot in between these things, but it's sometimes good to show you what the manuals look like, and that is it. Okay, so information on other other games like Parachute, Popeye, Chef, and Mickey Mouse, which you'll all see in future videos. But let's go in and have a look at Octopus. Okay, so it's in its little plastic. Let's get it out of there. All right, let's put that on the ground. So with Octopus, nice gold. We want to call it like a gold brushed metal. I'll see if I can get it in close so you guys can see it. Okay. Looks really nice. I try and keep all my Game & Watches in great condition, but my original Game & Watch for Octopus was in pretty good shape. You know, wasn't in the best shape because it was pretty worn out and used a lot. Same as Parachute. Yeah, so it looks really nice. And the two controllers, and two left and right. Of course, we've got the Game B, and time, ACL and alarm. Okay, which I'll be showing you soon as well. And of course, it's got like that little latch. Okay, that you can use it and sit it on, just like that. And that's when you can let it play on its own with this little demo. Okay, so I'll put that back. Now, as you can see up here, that is the information on the model number, OC-22. Of course, it's got a battery, rating, made in Nintendo 1981, and made in Japan, of course. Serial number, and that's it. Okay, so now let's put the batteries in. Let's get it working. So, as always, put the batteries in flat. Okay, and then you'll hear a little clip. Okay. Done. All right, and without further ado, let's flip him around, and there we are. Okay, so this is the reset screen. So that other thing I was showing before on the in the instructions was not the reset screen. Sorry, that was my bad. So as you can see here, this is the reset screen. It starts off with just showing you everything. So this is more like a tester screen, so it's perfect to actually see what everything looks like. Okay, so you can see it's got 12, but then you can change these times by going like this, left and right. So that's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, we can make it 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we can make it 5:05. Hopefully the lighting's okay. I might have to bring it back a little bit. So I'll make it 5:05, for example. But everything else is here. You can see little the 3 different deep sea divers going down to collect the gold while the octopus is trying to catch you. All right, so that is the reset screen. All right, so if, for example, we're happy with 5:05, what we do is we press time, as always. Okay, and this is the demo screen. And that's what happens. That's pretty much it. So as you can see, the little guy goes down and collects as much as he wants and climbs back up. Okay, so that tentacle right there, see how that tentacle's extracted? He caught him. Simple as that. That is pretty much Octopus in a nutshell. It pretty much works with you not making sure that the last tentacle right now like that does not touch the deep sea diver. If it does, you're gone. And that's it. All right, so anyway, before we go any further, you'll see the game in action anyway. What we'll do is we'll set the alarm and show you how that works. Okay, so the alarm is the one at the top. So I'll just press that now. Okay, so now as you see how I pressed that alarm there, and it's got that little musical instrument or musical note. Okay, so all you've got to do now is change it to the time you want, and I remember it was 5 o'clock, 5:05. So let's say we make it 5:07. I think I might have been speaking for a bit too much. And then once you're ready, press time. Okay, so it's 5:06, and you'll hear the alarm go off soon. All right, so make sure when you do set the alarms on the Game & Watches that they, of course, have that little musical note. And when the musical note is on, that's when the alarm will play. Okay, so that is what we'll do is we'll just wait for that to go on. And while we're waiting, of course, as you know, all the Game & Watches were released by Nintendo from 1980 to 1991. They were created by game developer Gunpei Yokoi, and of course they all had a clock, okay, and they also had an alarm from the series moving forward, which were the Gold series onwards. Okay, and every alarm that was released, every alarm had a different little character as well. Now, with the Game & Watches, they sold 43.4 million. Here we are. Units worldwide, and they all had a 4-bit CPU with a Sharp SM5XX family PC with a ROM, RAM, and LCD screen, which is basically what we're looking at right now. The LCD screens were pretty nice and crisp at the time. All right, so that's the alarm going off. All right, so that's perfect. That's all you need to hear. You can hear it mainly comes out from the back. I know you can't see it, but the alarm, the sound section is in this area right there. All right, so that is the alarm. So once we're happy with, if you don't want to hear it anymore, all you've got to do is press the time, and that will stop the alarm from going off. There's nothing special. The alarm was pretty like a beep, 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 but that's pretty much how they all are. All right, so once we're done with that, all you got to do is press time, and the alarm will go off. All right, done. All right, so that is it. That's how the alarm works. So just make sure that that little icon at the top is always showing if you want the alarm to play. All right, so without further ado, here we go. Let's play game A of Octopus. All right, so once we come out, as you can see, this section here, that little tentacle comes down in two different ways. See how basically it's been going down at the moment? It can also go up. Let me just show you quickly. You see he's probably going, yeah, he's going up. So you got to make sure you avoid that section. And then all you got to do is take at the minimum 1. Okay, and once you take 1, it'll go back in there and give you 3 gold, or if you want 3 points of gold. Okay, so I just took another one, and that's it. So that's pretty much that's pretty much Octopus. Now, if you want, what I used to do is I used to actually play around with it without going back in. It was like more like a game to me, where, for example, avoid, all right? See that? Basically, make sure you miss that little tentacle, and avoid, and then come back in. So you could basically stay. There's no like air filter. There's no like air. You don't have to go up for air. You could stay down as long as you like. Okay? So you could stay down as long as the tentacle, the pointy tentacle at the end, does not grab you. Okay? You could stay down as long as you like. But then when you go up, okay, you've got you get 3 points, and then you got to remember that once you do go back up, you do have a little timer that pushes you back out, as you just saw now. You can't stay on the boat forever, and you've got to go. Then you've got to come down and get as much as you want, and then come back up. So as you can see, I used to sometimes do speed runs, where you want to call them speed runs. Go in quickly, and then go back up, and then go back down quickly, and get something, and then come back up. So that is Octopus. That was Octopus. Octopus was quite a simple game. So you can stay in there forever and get away. Okay? Keep pressing, and get out. And then come back. So Octopus is quite simple. And then back out. So as you can see, I've not even been touched, because this is something that I was really used to playing. But as you can see, it's not a hard game. He caught me. All right, so I just want to do that, just show you. So basically, that's pretty much it. So if you get caught 3 times, that is it. If you get to 300, no, sorry, you get to 200, you get your lives reset, and you can start again. Okay, now as always, with every Game & Watch, it does speed up a bit. You can hear the sound. Okay, so you can hear the sound, and you can see that the octopus's tentacles move a little bit quicker, of course. But the most important thing is just make sure you always avoid the last pointy tip. So you can see it's getting close to 100. And as always, now you can hear the sound slows down a bit. So once it gets to 100, you know that towards those 100-point mark, everything always goes a bit quicker. And then after that, it starts to, you know, chill down a bit. And then once you get close to 100 again, that's when everything goes a little bit more crazy and a little bit more hectic. All right, so that's it. That's it. Let's get caught. Let's get caught. I'm just so addicted to this. I don't want to get caught. But let's get caught with this guy. There you go. All right, so we'll get caught and we'll finish playing off this one here. Let's get caught again. All right, so that is it. That is game 1. That is Octopus pretty much in a nutshell with game A. Okay, now with game B, as you can see, that is it. All your little men are finished. There's no more in the boat, and that is all. So the high score, as I mentioned before, was 999. Okay, once you get to 999, game resets, and you can say that you've like clocked the game. All right, so let's go back to time, and everything is back to normal. You'll get a demo screen, and they'll play it by themselves. And now what I'll do is jump in and show you what game B looks like. Okay, now it's exactly the same. Now, the only thing I would like you to note is that some of the tentacles, let's see if we can spot one, okay, will not retract completely back into the octopus's arms, if you want to call it. Okay, some of them will not retract back, some of them will. Keep an eye on, let's see if we can keep an eye on it while we're playing. Okay, so that one there, basically, where I was just actually standing under, didn't retract back to the end. Like that. See that one there? I was just standing under it. Let me see if I can do it again. I think that guy there. See that one there? That one there didn't retract all the way to the end. Basically, that is it. So what it meant, if you think about it in that way, is that you've got to kind of calculate where you should be standing and how much of the gold you'd like to take out before the tentacles come back out. That is it. That's pretty much it. So this was quite a simple one. So as you can see, the one where I'm actually been standing under is mainly one of them that doesn't retract to the end. But some of them do. That one there, actually, where I was standing under as well, didn't go all the way back. So that is it. So that's the only major difference in game A and game B. The tentacles retract, don't retract all the way back with Octopus and the gameplay for that. That's it. Everything else works the same. Of course, the tentacles will probably retract quicker and come out maybe a little bit faster when you get towards the 100 mark. But that's it. Sound is always pretty cool because you've always got to calculate. It's always quite confusing because you've got to figure out like which tentacle's coming out. And as you can see, that one was not retracting back as well. So get out of there quickly. And that's it. It caught me. I was going to try and do a speed run. Got me pretty quick. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. That's Octopus. Gameplay for game B. Very simple. Not too hard. Now, I know that this was my first Game & Watch, and basically maybe this is what made me, I don't know, get into Game & Watches a lot more. It wasn't too hard. It was quite a simple Game & Watch to start with. I'd recommend this one to anyone that's starting up as well, because it's not a hard game to play. But I kind of miss that I never ended up getting Donkey Kong at the time. That would have been really awesome to have as my first Game & Watch, but I think this one here really did not disappoint at all. I really enjoyed playing Octopus, and the amount of time that I did spend under the sea collecting all this gold was like, I don't know, I cannot say. And I don't know how many times I finished this game as well. All right, so that's it. I can probably keep going for a little bit more. Let's see what it's like when it gets to 100. All right, getting back up to the top. Now we'll see how the speed moves. Here the sound is much more faster now. Okay, it's going to speed up. Let's see if we can just avoid. Okay, it's going to also slow down once I've collected the amount of money. Ah, he caught me. Ah, there you go. All right, so I was going to try and get out of the way as well, but it didn't. Okay, but you can hear the sound has now slowed down to a bit more chill. All right, done. Alrighty then, so that's pretty much it. Let's see if we can get one more. Let's make it to 110. Done. All right, let's get eaten. Done. Alrighty, so that is it. That is Octopus gameplay and unboxing video. So I appreciate anyone. Thank you for watching once again. If you guys have any questions, as always, let me just press the time. All right, let's put him back down there. So that's Octopus, and once again, thank you once again for watching that. Now, the next game and watch in the list, let's say we can put him over here, so we can bring him up quickly and show you. The next game and watch in the line, and what I'll be doing next will be Popeye. Now, Popeye, as you can see that. PP23. So they're moving numbers. But Popeye pretty much was a very similar game to like Parachute, and what you had to do is pretty much catch the food that Olive Oil throws down from the truck, instead of like how Parachute was catching the little parachuters falling out from the plane. And it worked pretty much the same way. All right, so that's going to be the next one. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you can be notified on any new videos that I create on my YouTube channel. And that is it. Have a great day, guys, and we'll speak to you all soon. See ya!